all of you, I have a question. Should I ask?
Yes. Yes.
Did you remember the iconic cartoon character, Bob the Builder?
Yeah. I can.
Do you remember his motto or opening song? Anybody? Bob the Builder.
बॉब द बिल्डर करके
Yes,
दिखाएंगे.
right. So, Bob the Builder, can we do it? Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes, we can. So, with this spirit, I open the meeting, and this is 531 meeting. And for a smooth and productive meeting, we have some housekeeping rules which we all have to follow. Number 1, please avoid discussing topic like sex, politics, and religion. And if you are joining online, please add DM, distinguished member, Toastmaster, TM, or guest before your name for easy identification. Please mute yourself unless you are speaking, and please keep your phone on silent to avoid any distraction. And please refrain from speaking when another person is delivering their speech. And last, if you have any technical problem, please feel free to contact our tech master or host of the meeting. And now, it is time to hand over the stage to our presiding officer. As we know, she is the perfect example of how humility and confidence go hand in hand. Ocean of knowledge. Please welcome our presiding officer, Dr. Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Online members, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes, all good.
Oh, okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I can see our room full. Wow, I'm delighted. Welcome to our 531st meeting of our Invictus Toastmasters Club, where ideas take a flight, words weave magic, and voice take a power. Before we begin, let's have a self-reflection. Please close your eyes and think, what was the first thought that came to your mind when you first woke up today morning? Everyone, just close your eyes and think for a while. Online members, please close your eyes and think for a while. What was the first thought that came to your mind when you woke up? It could be your to-do list, an anxious worry, gratitude for the new day, or a beautiful memory from dream of your last night. Could you tell what was the first thought that came to your mind, or offline members?
I woke up a bit early, so I just went to my balcony and see the sunset. What a beautiful day.
Wow. What about you, Toastmaster Shivin?
And you know, I look up and then go for again for morning walk, and from there I text my dear friend her birthday wish.
Even I have my friend's birthday. Yes, Toastmaster Raman.
I woke up and saw the clocks. Okay, the clocks, and I thought I can sleep between my sleep. Same here.
Everyone. What about online members? What was the first thought that you woke up with? I want to hear Toastmaster Deepak because he would be the Toastmaster of the day. What was your first thought?
For me,
Toastmaster Deepak, could you hear us?
yeah, I'm eating something, so okay. So for me, the first thought was let's go back to sleep. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible to me, but
Yes, I can hear him.
So first thought for me was to go back to sleep. Let's go back to sleep.
Okay, I could hear his first thought was let's go back to sleep. Yeah. What about our guests? Any guest, online guest? Yes, Toastmaster Tushit, what was your first thought?
So I just wake up at around 8 a.m. and I saw like kids playing cricket. So that made me remind of my childhood, and yes, it was a very positive thing to see that.
Oh, great. Uh, could you just wait? Because I think so our members cannot hear who was offline.
Technical problem. Maybe.
I think voice is very clear, at least to me.
It is it clear? Yeah, it is clear for
Yeah,
us as well. Toastmaster,
yeah.
could you please repeat again?
So I woke up at around 8 a.m. and I saw a bunch of kids playing cricket, which reminded of my how I used to play that. So yeah, it was a very positive thought that came into my mind
Oh,
in the
great.
morning itself.
Toastmaster Twisha also wants to say, what was your first thought, Toastmaster Twisha?
Well, since I'm doing internship here and I have to go to the court today, so yes, so it's the weekends. I don't have to do anything. I can sleep more. So that's what
So no more
I
anxious,
thought.
were you?
Yes, sorry, I couldn't get you.
No more anxiety and worrying for the
Yeah.
new day.
Yeah.
That's good. What about guests here? Yes, please. Okay, that was the first thought that your subconscious meant it. It's fascinating to know everyone's thought. Well, each day we process over 60,000 to 80,000 random thoughts. Some are empowering, some exhausting, some fleeting, and some recurring. And most of them pass our mind without our notice. Even though the majority of our thoughts are just random, it ultimately makes us how we process things, who we become, and how we respond. Therefore, let's begin your mind some kind of neurons firing today by this game. It's called Thoughts Ping Pong. Now, here, what I will do is I will say a word or a phrase, and you have to say the random word that comes to your mind without thinking. If you think, you will lose. So that is the only rule. Online members, are you clear about the game Thoughts Ping Pong? I will call
Yes.
out your name and you have to say the random word that comes to your mind without
Yes.
thinking, unfiltered, raw thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to call anybody offline. So do not be prepared. You understood the game, right? If I say Monday, you can say red. It would be hilarious. Okay. Who will be my first victim? Luke.
What the last one?
Toastmaster Shraddha. Tea. Coffee. You cannot think. Guest Sagar. Monday.
Too long.
Oh, sorry, Sarthar. Okay. Toastmaster Insia. Saturday.
Weekend.
No thinking. You all have lost the game. I'm restarting again. You cannot think. The first thing that comes to your mind, it could be random, anything. Even though you can say CEO reel last night that I saw, it could be anything. Okay. You. Red, yes. Yes, you. Red. Okay. I'll start. Chart.
I'm very tasty.
Okay. Toastmaster Dr. Rahul. Computer.
Mouse.
Cannot think.
I didn't, I just,
Okay.
that was spontaneous.
Okay, okay. And Toastmaster Tushit. Phone.
iPhone.
He just has an emotion. That's nice. Um, nope. Because you already have got the word. So your turn will not come. Okay. The last one. Yes. Carpet. Well,
Is it?
yoga.
Yeah, great.
Timer.
No.
Oh, you don't think. Why are you stealing the nice answers? Bag. What is ice? Spectacles. Nice. That's a nice answer. Shirt. Nice. The last one. Bucket. Nice. Flag. Yeah, you flag. Right. Okay. Okay. Chair.
Table.
You don't think. Chair table. Okay.
Ask me.
Projector.
Laptop.
Already thought the answer. Okay, some online members. Toastmaster Deepak, please unmute yourself. Pen.
Pencil.
We need random answer. It has to be hilarious. You all are giving me answers that are not raw. Very filtered answer.
Okay.
Once more.
Once more, please.
I want to suggest.
Yes.
I mean, this is reminding me of that Kuch Kuch Hota Hai Neelam game that the daughter plays with Shah Rukh Khan. So I think to get in the flow, you have to ask like 3-4 things to a single person. तब निकलेगा
Absolutely.
असली.
When Toastmaster Deepak told me his idea or this theme of today's meeting, this was the first game that I thought, let's do this. I can understand what people are thinking, but alas, people are giving me filtered answer. Okay, anyone from online? Toastmaster, okay. Anyone online? What about Harshad? Guest Harshad, could you just unmute yourself? Okay. For you, certificate.
Ma'am?
We cannot hear you.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Could you be a little
Hello?
louder?
Am I audible?
It's not clear.
issue.
Not clear, right? Okay. Well, it was so fascinating, wasn't it?
Yes.
I thought to think about what you were thinking, but I couldn't. And that brings me to the new spark of energy of today. Sigmund Freud, one of my favorite psychologists, said thoughts are energy. It has the capacity to make or break you. And with that energy, I want to welcome today's new members and guests. Well, who will come first? We would want to know a little bit about yourself, what inspired you to come here and explore Toastmasters, and why you want to be a part of Toastmasters Club. So, who will start? We want guests to begin. Please. Yeah, come.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Mona Anthony. I am currently a student. I am studying psychology honors from Jesus and Mary College. And currently, I'm on vacation till August 1st. And I'm really happy to be here because I wanted to come earlier, but because of my classes, like I have classes on all Saturdays, I have not been able to come. And I would like to join Toastmasters one day if my classes permit me to. But it's something I'm looking forward to. I would like to really work on my communication because I'm part of a few societies in my college. So that kind of requires me to be proactive and social. And I'm just here to like learn, explore, and meet new people. Thank you.
Wow, that was so wonderful. Even I am from psychology background recently. So it's wonderful to know. And she is such a smooth speaker. Let's give another round of hands because yes, she is. Okay, so we'll invite guest Shobha as well. Please.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. As some of you know me from my previous session, and some of you don't know because there are so many new faces today. So I'm gonna give my introduction again today, as it can dream it, you can achieve it. This is the motto of my life, and this is how I live by. Greetings and salutations. My name is Shobha. I live in Delhi. Basically, I born in Uttarakhand but brought up in Delhi, where I completed my schooling and later graduated in English honors from Delhi University. So my goal, my short-term goal is to become independent and buy a vehicle with my own salary. And my long-term goal is to build a long-term career in any reliable company. And why I'm here, today I don't know why I'm so confused or clueless because it's like I'm so moody and everything depends on my mood. So I don't know, but at first when I woke up, I don't want to, seriously, I didn't want to come. I was like, okay, I'll just sleep whole day. But then I thought, okay, I should go and experience something new. So I came here, and my main motto is boosting my confidence and yeah, gonna achieve something which I'm not getting. So yeah, thank you so much.
Some days are like that. It depends on mood. But what if we can have that shuttle of our mind in our hands? Okay, next guest, please. Yes. I know. Yeah, yeah, still. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bruno Anthony. Last time I had come to drop my son, and today I brought my daughter. So you know, but I have only two. So just basically to bring her only, I came to see so that they get to know what Toastmasters are. Okay, so I want them, both of them, to get that confidence, that the real knowledge, how to communicate, be in the world. So that's it.
Thank you, guest Bruno, for that. Next guest, please.
So hi everyone, my name is Ankit and I work in audit in a Big Four firm. And I appreciate you for inviting me here today. My objective behind joining Toastmaster is to improve my public speaking skill and communication skills in general. And I'm looking forward to an insightful social good. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Ankit. Please, yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Jagdish, working as a engineer in Gurgaon. And the reason why I want to join Toastmaster is to improve my communication skill. And I realized that technical skill can take you to some level, but after that, at that level, it's all your communication skill, your leadership skill, it's all about your public speaking skill. So just to learn from you all, I'm here and maybe I'll be there next week as well.
Thank you. Next, yes. Yes.
Hello, I'm Yash, and I just came to make the Sunday work. Sunday are like very boring and lethargic, so I want to make it more creative and do something, like make it at when in on Sunday and Sunday night when I sleep to the bed and talk if like this is tough
It's okay, no problem.
to make it worth and to learn. I just completed my graduation in BSc Yoga. I want to pursue MSc, but see, will in next year maybe will I just take 1 year for like for explore myself. So here I am. Thank you very much.
I didn't catch your name. Could you say it? Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Amazing. Yoga. So we can also have some yoga sections. Okay. Yes, you as well.
Yes, sir.
Well, everyone, my name is Sarthak. I'm a software engineer. Data science is my niche. I work in an MNC based out of Bangalore. This is my third session as a guest. I'm really enjoying each and every moment of it. I'm learning a lot. Yeah, like I want to work on my public speaking skills. I know how to speak, but when I face the crowd, I'm completely blank.
Same here.
So, and we have seen you have changed in 3 weeks. To be very honest. Yes. Any online guests? Harshad, could you tell your introduction and what inspired you to be here today?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're on.
Good morning, everyone. So I am Harshad, currently based out in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, which is far out from there. So my motive and objective for joining this club will be to improve my communication skills and public speaking skills. As I suck at communication skills, so I want to improve that and be cool in front of others while talking to them. So yeah, that's all.
And we also have a new member today. Postmaster Rizal, please.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. This is my third session, but first session as a Toastmaster member. I have already given one round of introduction previously, but for the benefit of those who are not there, I am Risal and I am working in climate and sustainability, and I'm originally from Bangalore, but it's been a little over 2 years that I'm living in Delhi. My main objective was to let go of my discomfort while speaking in front of the huge crowd. And I think with practice, any skill is learnable. And that is why I've always wanted to join Toastmaster, but I've been putting off it. And finally, after 1 or 2 months of evaluation and some other things, I was also away, and Shraddha was very kind enough to help me on board. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm excited to see how my first day as a member goes.
With that note, we will call our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepak, whose theme is A Million Thoughts. I'm very excited to hear what he has to say about thoughts. So let's welcome Toastmaster Deepak on stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. So good morning, fellow Toastmasters. So before the meeting, I did some preparation and asked our speakers on what regarding some questions regarding the theme. And I asked the first question to Toastmaster Sangeeta. And the question was, what's your favorite technique for finding mental clarity and focus? So she mentioned a very interesting technique called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique. And as she is an ocean of knowledge, got to learn from her this new technique. So what this technique is, so whenever you want to be in the present moment, when you have lots of distractions, just ask yourself, what are the 5 things you can see right now? Name things around you. Right now, you have people around you. You can name them, and I can see people on the screen. I can see Toastmaster Tushit, Toastmaster Tanish, guest Harsha, Toastmaster Twisha, and I have the guest in front of me in the room as well. So these are the 5 things I can see right now. 4 things I can hear. There is a construction going in nearby my house, so 4 things I can. One thing is this: I can hear my own sound. I can hear the ceiling fan going up round and round, and yeah, what else? What else? Yeah, if I closely hear, I can hear my breath. So that's good. 4 things I can hear. 3 things I can feel. So 3 things I can feel. I can feel myself. What else I can feel? I can feel the positive energy because I'm on a Saturday morning. I'm attending Invictus Toastmasters. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling glad that I am able to share my learnings with you. And what I can smell? 2 things I can smell. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 2 is smelling. I cannot smell anything right now because nothing is cooking. But yeah, if you can smell 2 things around you, maybe someone is wearing a perfume, or yeah, someone is not smelling that good. Okay. One one thing you can taste. Is that right, Toastmaster Sangeeta? One thing you can taste.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, I had my breakfast just before, just when this meeting started, so I tasted that, and I can still taste the fruit that I ate. So why I said this? This was an interesting answer, and whenever we are right now, we are all in a Toastmaster meeting, but someone might be checking a phone, or someone might be worried about uh, what what is going outside, what will happen today, and what will happen tomorrow, what happened in the past. So bringing your mind or focus in the present is the key to achieve the best results, irrespective of the field you are in. So today we'll talk about how we can channelize our thoughts in the right way. I will share, this was the first technique that I learned from Toastmaster Sangeeta. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I believe this will help you. Can the host grant me the screen sharing permission? I want to share my screen. Okay, cool. So I can share now. All right. So where did I get the inspiration for this theme? It was a book that I'm reading right now. It's called A Million Thoughts. That's where the theme name is also derived from. And the book is a very good book. Lots of stories in it. The author is Om Swami, and the book is about a guide to help channelize unruly, futile thoughts and turn them into productive energy. So I would like to give the author the credit here, which has inspired me and which will help us to learn and improve our quality of thoughts and how we can make it better. Let's start with a very famous quote. I didn't hear this before this meeting, but I would say Bhagavad Gita is a very famous book, and it's a Hindu book, and also I would say a life. If someone sees it in that way, a life coach, it can act. So there is a quote in it from chapter 6, verse 5. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the translation says, "Elevate yourself through the power of your mind, and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and also the enemy of the self." So your mind can be your friend or your enemy. And how will it be decided whether it's your friend or your enemy? Is by the quality of thoughts that you have and how you act on those thoughts. I will share with you a very powerful story here. There was, and this is from all the stories are from the book that I mentioned earlier. So there was a demon, a very powerful demon. He had a very unique boon. He was called Rakt Beach. And the boon was, if someone slays him and a drop of blood falls on the ground, another clone of him will emerge. So there would be lots of clones for Rakt Beej, and it will be like an unending fight with him. Now, I will not go into the detail, but there is an analogy here. So this Rakt Beej can be thought of as a desire, as our desire. So there are 4, 5 types of desires we can have. One is physical desire, where we want comfort in every form, where our body should be comfortable. Then there are desires of emotional. We want ourselves to be appreciated. Each one of us wants to be appreciated, irrespective of our age, whether we are 16-year-old, 60-year-old, 80 years old. We want love, we want uh, gratification, emotional gratification. So that's emotional desire. Each one of us wants that. Third is we want, third type of desire is we want, which is intellectual desire. We want to do something good for others. That's social cause. Like, here I am here today. I feel good that I'm here to help you and share my learning. So I'm feeling intellectually powerful. And all the people who have done something good for the society, whether it's scientists who have done some discovery which is helping us uh, achieve overcome some problems like a disease. These people are intellectual people. They have that intellectual desire. How can I help others? So that desire is innate in us. But all these desires, the starting from physical desire, like once that desire is established. So for example, I am right now, I am sitting here, and I want to, like, the lights goes away and I feel a lot of sweat on my body. Like I crave for a fan or some air condition so that the sweat goes away. So that thing, when that desire satisfies, when that fan, the light comes back, the power supply comes back, and I will feel a satisfaction or happiness, because that desire is fulfilled. But that happiness will last for only a brief moment or for a certain amount of hours. So this physical desire only lasts for a certain, when our physical desires are fulfilled, the satisfaction is very short lived, or the gratification is very short lived. Now the second level is emotional gratification. If you are appreciated by your boss or your colleague, or some you got some love letter from your fiance or whatever, like if you feel loved, or you feel emotionally satisfied, then that will give you another level of happiness. That desire of being appreciated, that desire of being uh, like acknowledged by others, emotional gratification will last for a or for longer than the physical desire gratification, but not long. Like it would be maximum 1 or 2 days, not more than that. It can be longer depending on how emotional one person is, but it is not very long. So once that emotional desire is satisfied. Now the third type of desire, social cause. When I volunteered in one school recently, where I gave, so from my organization, I went and I gave 1 hour of my time to teach students on AI prompts, and how you can write, how can you improve, use it as your study buddy, use AI to improve your student life. So I gave that, and at the end I felt very, very happy that I did help someone, did help improve their quality of life. But that happiness lasted for a week, because when I shared it with others, others appreciated me, and I was like, oh, I did something good. And I logged my volunteering hours in my office. My managers also appreciated me. So it lasted for a week, and then I forgot about it. So that intellectual desire also, happiness, when it is fulfilled, it lasts for a certain time only. The final type of desire is called transcendental desire, which is about who we are, why we are, and all. Like people who become Buddha, that type of people who get, I would say, achieve the ultimate realization of why they are here, who is their source, what what is uh, what is their objective of being here. So that particular type of desire, transcendental desire, is in each one of us. We are craving for liberation, we are craving for freedom. So this might sound too philosophical, but this is a innate desire in each human being, and this is the ultimate desire. When it gets fulfilled, everyone is whoever has that fulfilled is in a state of bliss, and that person can become a Mahatma, a Buddha, a Christ, a Krishna, who is who is like admired by each and every person they are surrounded with, because the quality of thought for that person is at the highest level. Now, I mentioned about fulfilling a desire, and I asked the same question to our journal evaluator. Before I go to the journal evaluator, I will like, for the benefit of the guest, the Toastmasters meeting is divided into three parts. Like we have our desires, right? I mentioned four type of desires, but in Toastmaster there are only three sections. One is prepared speeches, second is table topics, and third is evaluation. The prepared speeches is where certain Toastmaster members are come and deliver their prepared speech, and table topics is where people come and including guests. So guests will get an opportunity. They give impromptu speech. That is, they get a topic and they speak for a couple of minutes. That will prepare them for a situation in life, which like interviews where there are unprepared questions come in front of you, have to impress someone in very short time. So that is table topics. And third is my favorite section, which is called the evaluation section, where we learn from whatever we have done, what is that we did well, and where we can improve. So that is where we become leaders, because that is where we get the guidance on how we can improve our performance. So this is the structure of a Toastmasters meeting. Now coming to our general evaluator. So before I pass on the stage to our general evaluator, I would like to introduce them. So Toastmaster Shireen is today's general evaluator. She is from Madhya Pradesh. She is self-employed. She teaches young children and older students, passionate about lifelong learning and continuous personal growth. She is. When I asked her if our desires can multiply and become overwhelming, what is the secret to finding contentment? So she replied, desires are like water in a glass. If we pour too much, it overflows. Contentment lies in managing and fulfilling desires to a manageable level. Well, well thought and good answer, Toastmaster Shireen. Without further ado, let's pass on the stage to you for your introduction. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Shireen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for such a wonderful interview, for a wonderful introduction. And it is coming from a senior, a seasoned Toastmaster like you, it means a lot. Thank you so much. So I am Shireen as a general evaluator here, and a million thoughts. Toastmaster Deepak described it wonderfully and very enthusiastically. So a million thought reminds us or reminds about a garden full of seeds, like our ideas, goals, desire, frustration, happiness, and worries, stress, whatever. So what we choose to water, that we will get that. So please choose, let us choose the thoughts that will build us up or motivate us and make us grow. So just imagine a sculptor working on a block of marble. With every strike of chisel, the block of marble slowly transform into a masterpiece, right? So in Toastmaster, the role of general evaluator and the team is similar. And I have a wonderful team up with me, 4 people. So known as a counter, a meticulous grammarian, and a timer, and attentive listener. So I assure you that me and my team will provide you a valuable and constructive feedback, just like a well-coordinated team of bees working harmoniously. So it is time to introduce my team members. First of all, I would like to invite Toastmaster Yuvraj as a timer.
So, guys, life is a race. Sometimes the pattern is developed in our life, and genius people know when to stop. Everything can be solved with efforts and patience. Only some can understand. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing the role of a timer. My role is to time prepared speeches, evaluations, and one of the most difficult topics, that is impromptu speaking. So, for the prepared speeches, at, at 5 minutes, I will show this green card for table topics at 1 minute and for evaluation at 2 minutes. At 6 minutes, I will show this yellow card for table topics at 1 minute 30 seconds and for evaluation at 2 minute 30 seconds. 7 minutes, red card I will show for table topics at 2 minutes and in evaluation at 3 minutes. But there will be a grace period of 30 seconds. So, stitch in time, saves 9. Don't forget to have a red wine. Time is money. Don't act so funny. Otherwise, I have to borrow money. Over to GE.
Now, it is time to invite my next team member, grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Dominic.
So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to the use of language, which is very necessary in prepared speeches and as well as in table topics. So, I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, sayings, or thoughts. It is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So, without further ado, for today's meeting, the word is kaleidoscope, meaning a constantly changing pattern or a sequence of elements, thoughts, or memories, much like the view inside a kaleidoscope, where countless colors and shapes swirl in endless harmony. The synonyms for kaleidoscope include melody, mosaic, and tapestry. An example of usage of kaleidoscope is her mind was a kaleidoscope of ideas with a million thoughts shifting and blending in vibrant patterns. I will now, each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you.
What a lovely word, kaleidoscope. And Toastmaster Dominic is bold enough to take this slightly difficult role as he is a new member. So, my next team member is Toastmaster Ritesh. As a grammarian, as an accountant. Please welcome. Okay.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guest. As a counter, my role is to catch the words these filler words. But why do we use filler words? Let's understand it. So when we start thinking and we could not find the proper word, we use fillers. And we generally focusing on and other things. But I noticed during a short period of time, people are also using so many times as a filler word. Is a filler word. Like is a filler word. So I will also write down these words. So I will share my report at the end of it. Thank you so much.
Now, it is time to invite my next team member. He is an astute observer and a very great listener. Please welcome Toastmaster Utkarsh as a listener of.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I will be performing the role of listener. So, as we all know, while you're speaking, there are uses of words or like things which resonate with the people around you. So, based on that, I will be asking questions. So, why is listening very important? Can you answer?
Because if you are a good listener, it can be a good communicator.
So, If we don't listen carefully, we cannot retain it. If we cannot retain it, then this whole exercise goes waste.
Yeah.
For retention.
So as you mentioned, listening is very important because it helps to know what the other person is saying. And based on listening, there are two types of listening: active listening. Number two is passive listening. So while we are speaking, we are looking at what the other person or speaker is saying, and we are able to look at what the words or meaning he was describing. Passive listening is more of the use of hands, expression, and gestures. So based on the active listening part, I will be asking questions to ensure that everyone was listening properly, and based on that, proper feedback and communication can be communicated.
So, towards end of the meeting, my team and me will give you a very valuable and constructive report on CRC method. C, commendation, R, recommendation, and C, again, commendation. Because first we will point out what went well, what is the strength of the speaker, and then recommendation, because there is always room for improvement. And again, C, commendation, because we should end everything in a positive note. So we will highlight the positive point of the speaker. So towards the end of the meeting, I will be back with my team. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shireen. Fellow Toast.
Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so I will share my screen again and I will tell you a short story. So this is a story about a chief of tribe. He was a part of place where they had food, but they didn't have salt in that food. Never did they have salt added to their food. So they didn't know what salt is. Luckily, the chief of tribe encountered someone who invited him to have a feast in his village. That person invited the chief of tribe. The chief of tribe went there, had a sumptuous meal, and he mentioned, "This is the meal of God. This is so tasty. What did you add in this?" And then, after few more questions, he was able to identify that there was something called salt added to the food, which made it tasty. And he said that if a little amount of salt can make the food so tasty, what if I have the entire bowl and eat it? It will be so tasty. And despite that villager stopping that chief of tribe not to eat that bowl of full of salt, he did consume it, and he was actually gasping for water and had to vomit. So why did I tell you this story? So then whenever we are doing anything, whether it's about Toastmasters or whether we are working on our project or anything you do, if you not do it in moderation, it will backfire. It will be out of your control. And ultimately you will either burn out or you will suffer the implications of it. So doing things in moderation is very crucial. Doing a thing in moderation helps to achieve the best results. And for this, what I did is I asked our evaluator one, Toastmaster Aman, this question, and I would like to introduce him before I answer what he replied. So Toastmaster Aman is from the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh and a civil engineer by profession. He enjoys exploring different cultures through food, music, cinema, and traveling. When I asked him, "Tell us something you truly enjoy but only in moderation," Toastmaster Aman replied, "I enjoy consuming food, movies, news, reels, and interacting with people, but only in moderation. I prioritize quality and avoid overconsumption." So that's very beautiful. So without further ado, we'll move into the next section of our meeting, which is the prepared speeches. And for it, I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Aman for giving the objectives of the first speaker, and then I will introduce the first speaker. Toastmaster Aman, over to you. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Aman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for such a warm welcome. I cannot see my target speaker. Do we have Toastmaster Inshia?
Yes, she is. She's there.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for turning on your
Yeah.
camera. Okay, so Toastmaster Insia will be presenting her level 1 speech, and the time limit will be from 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose is to develop and practice vocal variety and body language. I wish her all the very best, and towards the end, I'll be presenting my report. Over to the TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aman.
Well, how we do digital handshake, but yeah.
Yes, you can give a high five, virtual high five. Okay, so Toastmaster Insia is our first speaker of the day. She is a VPPR of our club and a very creative person. She grew up in Dubai and she is a Gujarati. She is working as a financial planning and analyst. And when I asked her, salt is essential, but too much is harmful. Share an area in your life where you currently trying to find the right balance or moderation. She mentioned of trying to find balance in work and Toastmasters, reading and having a social life. So let's welcome Toastmaster Insia. Her speech title is very interesting. And shiftification, how the internet got worse on purpose. Toastmaster Insia. Toastmaster Insia and shiftification, how the internet got worse on purpose. Over to you.
Toastmaster Deepak. So, good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Tell me if you relate to any of these instances. You open Instagram to see what your friends are up to, but you find that your feed is 70% ads, random influencers selling protein powder, skincare, or whatever else is on their week's collab calendar. Or you want to book an Uber. Remember the days it used to take 30 rupees to travel 4 kilometers? Yeah, not anymore. Now it costs 150 rupees. Simultaneous booking on multiple apps just to get a driver to not cancel on you. And in case you change your mind, 3 careful clicks just to cancel without accidentally pressing the wrong button. Zomato used to charge a platform fee of 2 rupees in 2023, which became 4 rupees in 2024, and today it is at 10 rupees. Or while we get forced to watch ads when I actually just want to watch my random movie, we're paying more to get the same things. Okay, if you still don't relate, maybe you love binge watching the next trending show. So you get a premium subscription just to discover that ad-free now means fewer ads. Airline seats are getting more and more cramped by the year. Credit card perks are getting downgraded. Even booking a flight feels like a con. If you select a flight on Make My Trip and then go to book it, all of a sudden the price increases by 2,000 and the budget for your trip has once again extended. Despite all of this, we continue using these apps and platforms and we put up with it. Somewhere along the way, we stopped asking, why are things getting worse? Instead, we started accepting the downgrade. And we started saying, tech isn't for me, it's too complicated. Today, I want to give you an answer to what's actually happening, or at least a word, a very specific word for the specific feeling that we have. And it's called enshittification. Yes, that's an actual word for all the critics out there. It was coined by journalist and writer Cory Doctorow and was named Word of the Year in 2023 by the American Dialect Society. So, what is enshittification? Enshittification refers to the gradual decline in quality of online platforms and products as they prioritize profit over user experience. Doctorow defines it as a 3-stage process. First, platforms are good to users. They give attractive offers to get them hooked. Then, they abuse their users and shift their focus to business customers, like sellers or advertisers, to get them hooked. Finally, when both of us are hooked, they shift their value to themselves. And finally, they die. The internet isn't as good as it used to be because platforms are decaying on purpose so that we spend more money to access the same quality of services that we were used to before. Since the 2008 housing crisis, we're all familiar with businesses being too big to fail. But today, they're too big to care about us, the consumers, the ones who help them reach where they are. This isn't just stuff got worse. It's strategic decay by design. It is very much intentional. Let's understand this a little more using an example. Take Amazon, for instance. When they started, they operated a clean and useful search. If you searched for a product, it was at the top of your search results. We loved Amazon. We all got Prime. We stopped comparing prices elsewhere, and Amazon became our go-to. We were hooked. Once we were locked in, Amazon shifted to attracting and subsidizing suppliers. Sellers reached huge audiences, and Amazon took low commissions from them. So these sellers flocked to Amazon, which made it harder for customers to find things elsewhere except Amazon, which meant they only searched on Amazon, which then meant that sellers now had to be on Amazon, which once was a choice for the seller, now became a necessity. And now these sellers were also locked in. And this is when Amazon shifted its focus to itself. Today, sellers pay more than 40% of their revenue to Amazon, all while Amazon copies their products, resells them under their own brand names, undercuts these sellers, and eventually forces a lot of these small sellers out of business. And the advertising program pits sellers against one another. When you search for something on Amazon, it does not produce a list of the products that most closely match your search. No. Instead, it brings up a list of products whose sellers have paid the most to be at the top of your search. And of course, those fees are built into the cost of the products we pay for. And us consumers have to scroll through irrelevant advertised products before we find what we were actually looking for. And this is enshrification. First, value flows to users, then to business partners, and finally to shareholders. All while the platform becomes unusable and frustrating. From Amazon to Instagram, Uber to Zomato, this is the enshrification lifecycle. And every major tech platform is following this playbook today. So, this isn't just a tech rant. Not what this does to us. We blame ourselves, saying, maybe I'm too old for tech. I just don't get it. No, you're not old. The tech is hostile. The things we use every day should not be in a state of constant flux. Our apps are ever changing, adapting not to our needs and wants, but to the demands of investors and internal stakeholders who have reduced who we are and what we want to an ever-growing selection of KPIs and metrics. It isn't that you don't get tech. It's that the tech you use every day is no longer built for you. So you ask, I know what enshrification is, but what now? Well, first let's look at the goal. The goal of enshrification is simple. Push us just far enough that we complain, but we don't leave. And because monopolies dominate the market today, the companies don't have to be good. They just have to be less bad than their competitors. But we're not powerless. And awareness is the first step. Knowing allows you to fight back, even if it's just to stop yourself from being overwhelmed by the chaos. Now, you don't need to delete all your apps and go off grid, but you can become harder to trick. The more you notice the pattern, the less power it has over you. So next time you're making a payment on Swiggy or Zomato, look at the breakdown of your bill and notice the surge fees at 3 p.m. or unnecessary fees that they've been charging. Next time you try to cancel a cab, notice how it takes multiple intentional clicks that are all designed to stop you from canceling your search. Or next time you look up a product on Amazon, Notice the unnecessary ads that clutter both your page and your mind. Or at the very least, let's start to notice the instances of anxietification around us every day. We are in a digital world that decided growth mattered more than its users. So next time you feel like you're the problem or that tech has left you behind, remember, you're not crazy. You just live in the world that's been enshittified. So let's stop normalizing it and let's start recognizing it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Insia.
Over to you, Toastmaster.
Let's give a big round of applause to our speaker. Very well done. Yes, I heard this. I'm still not able to pronounce it right. Enshitification. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this is a good concept, I would say, and yeah, wonderful thing coined. And yes, everything is commercialized, so nothing is personalized. All right, so let's talk about our next part, and next part is about focus. All right. How many of you have heard about the story of Arjuna and bird's eye? How many have you heard of this story? I think many of you have heard this. All right. So I will quickly give a brief summary for those who have not heard. So when Guru Dronacharya was like with his students, he invited each one of them one by one and asked them to look at the, like he had asked to aim for the bird's eye. There was a bird on the tree which was like a statue. Right now in the picture it's a real bird, but there was a statue of a bird there, and the teacher asked, can you all aim for the bird's eye? And one by one called each of the students. He invited Duryodhana, Ashwathama, everyone one by one, and asked, what do you see there? And someone said trees, someone said branches, someone said leaves, someone said bird. But then when Arjuna came, he saw, I can see the bird's eye. Why this story is very important? Because it talks about a laser sharp focus, which is required, is essential to achieve any goal. So if you are striving to achieve any goal in your life, and you have lots of distractions, you have trees, you have leaves, you have the branches which are able to see, that will stop you from achieving that goal. Don't focus on those distractions. Focus on what your goal is, the bird's eye. That will help you achieve that goal. And thoughts are like this. Thoughts are the distractions which take you away from your current present moment. And you go in your past, you go in your present, you try to analyze things, you try to justify things just in your head. But what is required is focus in the present moment. And that will help you achieve the desired result you want in your life. Okay, now I have talked about laser focus. We have our next speaker. And before I call upon the next speaker, we have their evaluator 2, Toastmaster Shraddha. So Toastmaster Shraddha is working as an analyst at an MNC, helping with risk identification. She is an art enthusiast, enjoys traveling and trying different cuisines. When I asked her, in our modern world filled with notifications and interruptions, what is your most effective strategy for cultivating deep focus? She replied, one way to have deep focus is to listen to focus energetic music and keep the phone away. Yeah, I wish I can keep the phone away. Cool. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Shraddha for giving the objectives. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Shraddha. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for the warm introduction. Now, before I talk about the pathway of my target speaker, I would request you to close your eyes for a minute to get away with your kaleidoscopic thoughts. Everyone, please close your eyes. Now we can be back in the moment. It's just like when you have smelled a lot many perfumes, you tend to mix between the smells. And that's when you're supposed to smell coffee so that you can distinguish between different smells. As we have already heard different stories, I would want my target speaker to be heard with no mixing of previous thoughts. And with that, I'd like to introduce that my target speaker's pathway is dynamic leadership. She's giving level 1, project 2. Her path, her intention is to speak with a purpose, and she would be here to educate all of us. Timer, please note the timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to my target speaker. Now over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shraddha. And what a wonderful way to bring people's attention in the present moment. Well done. Okay. So, our second speaker is Toastmaster Maisha. She is a second year economics student at Delhi University looking to improve speaking skills and find a community. When I asked her, what is your bird's eye right now? Share us with us a goal you currently focused on with single-minded determination, she replied. Currently, her main focus is an upcoming competition submission. She has led this 2-year project for the past year. So, project for 2 years, and for the past years, so she's focused on this, and its success is very important to her. All right. So, single-minded determination. I wish your project is success. And without further ado, let's introduce our speaker, Toastmaster Maisha. What's for dinner? What's for dinner, Toastmaster Maisha? Let's give a big round of applause to our speaker to encourage them. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. So, today I will be talking about ethical consumption. So, this is something that we hear a lot these days. This is something that encourages a lot of our consumption. What is consumption? Not just eating, and it's not just drinking. It's also about what we are watching, what media we are consuming, what ideas are we consuming. Ethical consumption these days is something which makes us feel good, which makes us feel that yes, I am doing something right in society. I am contributing to the right society. But is ethical consumption possible under capitalism? Is oh, sorry. Um, Ethical consumption is not possible under capitalism. Is that true? What is capitalism? Capitalism is this machine of consumption that encourages us to spend and consume more and more. As Toastmaster Insia also said, we live in a kaleidoscope of advertisements and ideas being fed to us. So, is it possible to choose the right coffee and choose the right tomatoes and basically make sure that our dinners are cruelty free? It starts when we ask the question, what is for dinner? It starts when we ask the question, where is my food coming from? Maybe my tomatoes say that these are organic free and these are organic, or my makeup says that this is cruelty free, or my phone, a basic necessity at this point, says that I have not caused any harm. Maybe not to the consumer. Maybe I am going to a company that claims all these things, and at some point they have, but when I look at the roots of things, the supply chain paints a much more dreary picture. When I talk about my coffee, it has often come from the most exploitative of sources, whether from the plantations in Southern America or even in India. People are not compensated. Uh, People are often inflicted upon kind of maladies to produce this one commodity that I have. As for my phone, I don't know the minerals that are used to make the battery, to make the chip boards. they have been sourced from many genocidal conflict areas in Sudan or in southern Africa. And I am someone who is devoid of all of this knowledge. So, is ethical consumption possible? Eth- Ethical consumption in India specifically has been a balance, but now it is a lost art. Indians have been very strong in holding the handicraft industry. They have been very strong in knowing what, in buying from locally sourced their produce from locally sourced places. For example, you try convincing an Indian dadi to buy her sari from Amazon or Myntra. No, she has to go to Lajpat. She has to go to, even the most passionate ones will go to Jaipur or the source itself to buy their favorite sari. That is what supporting small businesses is. But in this age of quick commerce, this has become a lost art, especially amongst the youth who have sometimes not even went to a farmer's market or a mandi. If I send my younger sister who is in class 10th, not very young, to buy something from the sabzi mandi, she will be lost. Not physically, but also mentally. कि 10 रुपए का धनिया क्यों मिल रहा है? Why is the coriander for 10 rupees when I can get it for 8 from Blinkit at my doorstep? She's not wrong from a point of from the point of a consumer, but she is losing out on an experience of human connection. That's what capitalism robs us of. It robs us of that human connection, that feeling of effort, that this product is not just a product, but it is a product, it is the sum product of the labors of many people who have who have put in the effort to have this product into the market. There is a show called The Good Place, which is a comedy, but it has a huge social commentary beneath it. In the show, all the characters are dedicated to going to the good place. The good place being heaven, and they end up in the bad place, all of them. And they keep retrying their lives. They live 3 lives, 4 lives, 5 lives, doing everything right, and still they end up in the bad place. And that asks the question, why do they keep ending up in hell? When they dig deeper, they find that in this the system is accounting for every step of the supply chain that they're consuming and not their alone efforts. So if I go into the grocery store and I pick a coffee, selective, saying cruelty free, and I feel good about myself, should I feel good about myself if I don't know what cruelty free means? Maybe I have made the best choice, but have the best choices been made for me? That is what the show deals with. It is a wonderful commentary. I suggest you watch it. But that begs the question that should I be held accountable for the choices of many other parties who don't have the best interest at heart, who prefer profits over principles? As a consumer, there is only so much I can do, is what I think. But as a consumer, there is so much that I can do. First, I can start by asking questions. Where is my food coming from? Next, I can vote with my wallet. Voting is not just a once in 4 year event that should take place to us. We vote with the products that we choose. We vote with what corporations we are promoting. So these are some ways that I can be an ethical consumer. At the end of the day, the burden of morality does fall on me, but in the bigger picture of things, I am someone who can take a stand. So please ask the question today, what's for dinner? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maisha. Let's give a big round of applause. And do ask the question, what's for dinner today, right? I ask every day. Okay. So our next part of the theme. How many of you have heard about Gautam Buddha? Can you show your hand, please? Most of us have, right? Okay. So this story is related to Gautam Buddha when he was he had become very famous, and he did promote following a god. He did promote living in the present moment. And that's when he visited a village, all the villagers were against him because he didn't promote their god. So he was against, like, he didn't stand against, but he was not in favor of following a god. So these villagers were abusing him, giving him bad words, all were shouting. But Gautam Buddha was very calm. He didn't reply anything, just stayed there. The villagers gave bad words, abused him, and then went away. And then his disciple, who felt very bad because his teacher got so much bad words, abused, so he asked Gautam Buddha, why did you not reply anything to them? Why didn't you react? You were just listening, just didn't react anything. So to which Gautam Buddha replied, my dear student, if someone is giving you a gift and you don't accept that gift, who does that gift belong to? So obviously the gift belongs to the person who is trying to give you the gift, right? So that message from Gautam Buddha, not reacting to others abusive words, is a result of a trained and compassionate mind. So his mind was very trained, and he had a compassionate, he has a lot of compassion in himself. And when I asked our next role player this question on what do you think is the reason of people reacting, and our next role player is our table topic master, and he replied, he mentioned ego hinders compassion, leading to reactivity and anger. It creates havoc. Letting go ego is the one practical step to more being more compassionate. And that's our Toastmaster, table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Tushit, who is a sophomore in BTech Computer Science. He enjoys interaction and learning new skills. So let's invite Toastmaster Tushit with a big round of applause for the next section.
So greetings, fellow Toastmaster and guests. The purpose of the topic master is to facilitate table topics, where guests as well as the members will have the opportunity to practice their impromptu speaking. I will ask you to choose a number between 1 to 8, and the volunteers must speak. Who will be given 2 minutes to speak. So any volunteers? Any volunteers for the table topic? Yes, no, please, Toastmasters.
We have two
Offline,
volunteers.
online.
Uh, let's keep it online first.
Okay. I'd like to go.
Yeah, sure. So choose a number between 1 to 8.
5.
5, okay. So your question is practice observing your thoughts as an impartial witness. Share an example when you successfully watch your thoughts come and go, and how that detachment affected your emotions and reactions. Am I clear?
Can you please repeat?
Tell us about a time when a single positive or negative thought changed the direction of your entire day. What triggered and thought, and what ripple effects did it have on your actions and outlook?
Okay, got it. So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome to all the guests. I would like to share one small story how the day unfolds itself, generally, how I feel in the morning, and then by the end of the day, what happens. If I am, for example, if I am, as the topic suggests, that okay, if you have a good beginning, it might lead to a good end, or a bad morning or a bad start might lead to a bad day itself. I would partially agree with that, but more of that is basically depends on my perception. Maybe I start off on a very bad day. In morning, I go to office, and then maybe the work is not happening and things are not working out, everything is crashing. But by the end of the day, through my own self, I try to, by the evening, I try to get something good out of the day. For example, once what happened that I started off, I got up late, I went to office late, and suddenly my colleagues and my boss, everybody was, we had an event planned a week from the day itself. And there was no proper planning, so everybody was in panic mode and hurrying. And definitely, I was the main orchestrator of the event, and then everything came to me, the file work, the planning purpose, and everybody was scolding me, ki, this is not working out. But keeping my calm, keeping my cool, and though even though it was a bad start, but yet it was more of that during the midday, I recollected myself, worked on whatever was missing, and worked on whatever was happening. By the end of the day, we could tackle the situation well, and it was overall a very good day. And by the evening, I could get to the gym, so that elevated my mood itself. And everybody at the end of the day praised that, okay, this was something that we were not expecting, and we could actually solve the issue, which was not even happening, that by the timelines it was not happening. So yes, so I think it depends on self, that even though you start off bad or good, but during the mid course corrections and reviewing the current situation and making best of it, and by the end of it will all be good. Thank you.
So that's a very nice thought. Anyone from the offline? I can see someone.
Yes, we have an offline number. Please. Shobha.
Yes, Shobha is
Yes,
next.
Shobha is coming. Hello.
Okay, so just choose a number between 1 to 8, except 5.
Accept?
5.
3. 3.
3. Okay. Share a specific practice you use to find stillness or focus when overwhelmed by a million thoughts. Describe what led you try this method, how you felt the first time, and any long-term effects on your clarity or peace of mind.
Wait, can you repeat it? It was so
Share a,
long.
spe- okay. Share a specific practice you use to find stillness or focus when overwhelmed by a million thoughts. Describe what led you try this method and how you felt the first time.
Okay. So, hello, fellow Toastmasters. So, my mind is actually a kaleidoscopic mind where lots and lots of thoughts are running. Lots and lots of thoughts are running all the time, whether it's bad one, a good one, worth it or not worth it. So I always have everything in my mind. So that makes me sometimes clueless, or like I don't know what to do and what not. So when I usually go for an interview, my first ever thought is like, I'll do it, I'll give my 100%. No matter what is the result, I'll give my best. And whenever I come from the interview, giving the interview back, it's like I'm very sad because I didn't get selected. So then I started getting the bad thought that I couldn't do it, and okay, I was prepared, but they didn't. Maybe they didn't see the best inside me. So there are so many thoughts, and it's full of thoughts, and I'm like clueless, and I'm getting anxiety that okay, I cannot control my mind now, what to do and all. So in that moment, what I do is I always take a deep breath. I know most of the people say this, you should do this, but it's like a philosophical thing now. Uh, only seems good when someone is saying this, that you should take a deep breath, but I do it. And I talk to my mother, and mother is your biggest supporter. So she always tells me like, it's okay if you couldn't do it this time, you can do it next time, and maybe next time it will be your day. Then I talk to my friends and all, and they give me the positive vibes. They started talking to me and cracking jokes, and it was like, okay, I'm now getting into the normal mood. Then I go outside and enjoying myself. So yeah, I think this was what I do if I have a lot of thoughts, and I'd calm my mind like this.
Okay. So, yeah. Anyone from the online?
Yeah, we have another member.
Hi.
The short short. Hi, hi.
Ritesh.
So
Master Ritesh.
now, hi. Okay. So you have to choose a number between 1 to 8, except 3 and 5.
One.
Any number.
One.
1 to 8, except 3 and 5. 1. Okay. So how do you manage mental overwhelm in today's fast-paced, information-saturated world? Share a practical strategy or daily ritual that helps you reduce noise and find mental space. Should I repeat?
Can you repeat it once again? Yeah.
Share a practical strategy or daily ritual that helps you reduce noise and find mental space.
Okay. So good afternoon, Toastmaster and dear guest. The practice I've been using from last 10-15 years is that retrospection. So before I go to the bed, I spend some time, at least 15-20 minutes with me. I go through my entire day, right? I see that what I have done best, what I have done worst, and then I evaluate a day on a daily basis. Even I write my spend also in that day. So when I do the retrospection, I get to know that, which are the things I should not do in future, which are the best practices I've been doing, and it is working for me. I know it sounds difficult, but yes, once you start doing it, evaluation every day before go to the bed, at least spend 15 minutes with you. Just run through your day and just evaluate yourself. That is really helping me to become a better version of myself. Thank you.
Okay. So any other volunteer from the oh yes, PM Prisha.
No, yes. No, guess what? Yeah.
Yes.
So let the yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to
Okay,
choose
so you have to choose a number. Yes.
2.
Number 2. Okay. So describe a movement when your mind was racing with countless thoughts. Describe a movement when your mind was racing with countless thoughts. What kinds were they? How did they make you feel physically and emotionally? And what did you do to restore calm or clarity?
If I'm hearing it correctly, you are telling me to recollect a moment where I had countless thoughts and how I coped with that. Is that correct?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
So pardon me if this goes wrong because I haven't done anything like this before. So uh, coming to the topic, I think what flashes before my eyes when I think about enormous pressure and enormous anxiety is my board exam. It was, in fact, I clearly remember the date, 6th March 2019. My mathematics exam was about to happen in next 2-3 hours, and I was feeling enormous anxiety and enormous pressure on me whether I'll be able to perform well, whether I'll be able to recall the formulas I learned last night, and whether I'll be able to pass exams and fulfill my expectations, my parents' expectations. All these thoughts were running around, running behind my mind. And just then I was coping with all these thoughts. I was constantly thinking about what kind of result, what will be the consequences, whether I'll be able to perform well or not. But then again, I don't know how this as I think Toastmaster Deepak talked about this in the first session, and only in these kind of situations in my life, some kind of philosophical inspiration comes, and this time, this happened, and a shloka from Bhagavad Gita struck my mind that the results should not be your focus, the process should be your focus. So I thought that okay, I'll give my best, I'll do whatever I can, I will try to solve all the problems, I won't focus on the results, and that's what I did. Exam went well, and that is it.
Oh, so interestingly, the same happened with me also. I followed all the integration formulas just before my maths exam. So yeah, it was highly relatable. And yeah, nice. So anyone next? Any volunteers?
Toastmaster Tushit, we can just take two more topics.
Okay.
We have a
So
guest,
anyone?
please. We have a
Sure.
guest.
Can I choose a number one?
Number one, it is already taken.
4, whatever number is.
Number 4, yes, it's not taken now. Okay, so can you recall an experience where a repetitive or negative thought kept on repeating? Can you recall an experience where a repetitive and negative thought kept on repeating? How did you interpret its message and did you find a way of understanding? Is it
Can
clear?
you repeat once more?
Sure. Can you recall an experience where a repetitive or a negative thought kept on repeating? How did you interpret its messages? And did you find a way to use it as a stepping stone for personal growth or self understanding?
So this is something which recently happened. I had traveled to Rome in April for a university conference, and it was my first time going abroad, going alone, and also seeing a new city. And so there were we were 13 Indians, and this was on the day of the event, and we were all gathered, and then suddenly they said, okay, we have to perform for the girls. There were around 900 girls from all over the world, and the moment we entered the university, they told us, we have to dance, and we have to do an Indian dance. Everybody wanted to see the Indian dance, and I am not into dancing, and dancing is something that is really out of my comfort zone. I am more on the quieter, like on the music side. Like if you tell me to play an instrument, I'd rather do that than dance. And initially, I said no. I said I'm not going to dance. I'm just going to record. And there was a scene where we had to bring the Indian flag and we were waving it. So I told them I'd do that. So I did, and they were like, "No, you have to dance." And there were a lot of like thoughts going in my mind. How will I dance? And they first asked me to stand in front. That for that also I refused. So I stood at the back, and I was really anxious to dance in front of a huge crowd. I've never danced before in such a huge crowd. I don't even know properly how to dance, but I did it. It was really out of my comfort zone, and it was really good. Everybody loved my dance. The Mexicans who were sitting on the side, they were the ones who did a lot for us, and they really liked they really liked the people who were at the back because we were just following the people in front. The dance was messy; it was very uncoordinated, but everybody liked it, and we had a lot of fun. So that was a learning experience for me, and from that day onwards, my fear of dancing has gone. So now I can dance.
Very nice. Like any other volunteer? I guess it's the last one. Any-
Please.
Hi, Tushit. I am Toastmaster Anuj. And I am selecting number 8.
Hi, number 8. Okay. So, there is number, yeah. Tell us about recall a period when you feel restless or scattered. Recall a period when you felt restless or scattered. What concrete step did you take to channel that restless energy into something constructive or creative? What concrete step did you take to channel that restless energy into something constructive or creative when you felt restless or scattered?
How many of you know that I am working as an associate creative director in an advertising agency? Yeah. So working in an advertising agency is quite difficult. You know, we think that we are the most creative people, and all the creative people don't sleep at night, right? Then mostly they are doing their work, burning the midnight oil. And suddenly, in my present agency, we got a new client, and the client is Adobe. And each and every work in Adobe goes as per their brand guideline. Suddenly, I don't have a clue what is their guideline. So suddenly, my office made a team where I am the associate creative director, and there are 2, 3 people under me. And I can tell you the most work I have done in my professional life is I have done from Feb to April from Adobe account, where we used to work like 80 hours in a week. And there's a pattern like one day in a week, we have to work through the midnight. Like in my personal experience, I have said, I can tell you, this is the most work time for me. I sat on my desk at around morning 9, and I worked till 11:30 in the next day. So how can I solve that? So first I made my team. Let's go to their brand guideline, and if we have some point, we will tell the client, as the client is from America, so they are very snooty. But one thing I have learned so much in Adobe, that how can we work according to a brand guideline. That is my learning from working in that time. So if you are working hard, don't work so hard, work smart. Thank you. Over to you. Over to you. Yes, Master. Over to you, Dr. Kushil.
Saying like Narayan, looking at lovely.
Yes. Thanks. Because we have a time constraint, so we can move on to the next.
You can stop because we are running.
Yes, so Toastmaster Tushit, let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Tushit for the wonderful table topic section. I would request everyone to give a feedback on the speeches, both table topics as well as the prepared speeches. I missed to ask at this during the table prepared speeches, but now if you can recall both the speeches, how did you feel? What things you could remember? Please give that feedback in the guest group. And timer, please note 1 minute of time for that. And there is a voting also launched in the guest group for the best speaker. Kindly vote as well.
Did all qualify time wise?
So I think given the table, the voting is already launched, so we can get that feedback when the timer report is there. So as of now, let's assume they are within the time limit. Okay, so Okay, 1 minute over. Hopefully you all have voted, and we we would expect the table topics vote soon. So be ready for that. And I'm conscious we are at 117. So without further ado, I wanted to touch upon a meditation exercise, but we'll do it at the end if time permits. Let's go to our journal evaluator for the next section. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shireen for the journal evaluation section.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Hello once again. So, I have to present the report. For that, I have my team member and my report also, and to evaluate them. So first, I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Aman to evaluate Toastmaster Insia's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shri. By raise of hand, how many of you can tell me, you know the character Tyler Durden? Anyone? Tyler Durden? How many of you know? One, two. Okay. We'll come back to this later. So even though we live in a kaleidoscopic world, but I could see that we had similar pattern. My introduction, or be it Toastmaster Insia's speech or Toastmaster Maisha's speech, we spoke about the overconsumption. Now, the target speaker sees energy and enthusiasm and so much of emotions. That was something I really liked, and that caught my attention. Second, I would say that it was a very informative speech. It was well researched. She had audience have more faith in the speaker. Also, she started a bit fast, but later on she moderated her pace and the audience was able to understand better, which I really liked. Few recommendations that I would like to give to the target speaker is that her vocal variety could have been improved a little bit. I felt initially she was a bit rushing and there was not much vocal variation. Whenever you're delivering something important, key point, maybe take a little pause. That creates more impact. And I would also recommend the speaker, if they are presenting online, to step little back so that more of their body language can be visible and it can give more information to us as a listener. When she was presenting, I could only see till her shoulder. So a lot of her hand gestures and body language was not visible to us as an audience. My third recommendation would be that in the starting, she mentioned good morning, even though it was 12:30. Maybe if we had stuck to the agenda, it would have been correct, but she should be maybe more mindful of the time. And now coming back to certain recommendations. So it was a very informative speech. I really enjoyed it. And there was also a call to action. The call to action was to notice more pattern and not to become slave of overconsumption. The speaker used the alliteration, which is a tool used by poets. One example would be by Harivansh Rai Bachchan, Agnipath, Agnipath, Agnipath. On similar notes, like the speaker said, notice, use the word notice as alliteration, and she made sure that the emphasis is given that we become more noticeable of these things that we are using digitally. All in all, it was a great speech. I would like to end by a quote from a movie. The name I cannot take because I would be breaking the first rule of that movie. So the quote goes something like this: we buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. And I wish this speaker all the very best for future speeches. Over to the
Evaluation. Now, I would like to invite next
Hi.
evaluator, Toastmaster Shraddha. Her target speaker is Toastmaster Maisha.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. What's for dinner? You ask this question every day. But my target speaker asked this took this question to a next level by asking a thought-provoking, deep question. She asked about capitalism. And who would have thought that this would not be just a common question of what is for dinner, but what material do we use to make our dinner, what we actually are consuming for dinner. She has truly educated us. But the things that she can improve on is when she started, she's right away jumped into the speech. She could have engaged the audience by asking the question itself. What is for dinner? Or maybe she could have asked, what we consume, is it cruelty free or organic? Do you ask yourself? She could have asked, most of us use Blinkit. How many of you here, you go to vegetable shop to buy the vegetables? So that could have been a hook for the audience and it could have engaged them even better. The other thing, she should be smiling more. I could see the serious face, although it's an educational topic, but there could be more. When we smile and emote our expression, emote what we want to say, it creates more impact. And thirdly, it would be recommended to make more of eye contact because as a evaluator, I could not get much of eye contact from her. So more the eye contact, the more confidence it shows. However, she did have a very clear voice. It was quite audible, it was quite loud, and that is one of the very important things for a speaker. She did have an open gesture. She was not closing her hands, but instead keeping it open, which again reflects her confidence. All in all, if she smiles more, asks questions, and structures her speech well, she would be taking her speech to the next level. I wish you all the best, and over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Such a wonderful evaluation. Now, it is time to invite one by one my team members. First of all, I would like to invite timer of the day, Toastmaster Yuvraj.
So guys, I'm back with my report. So I will start the prepared speaker. Toastmaster Insia. She took 8 minutes 46 seconds. So she's disqualified. What I can say. But in contest, if they speak more than 7 minutes 30 seconds, then you will be disqualified. It's my experience. I was not disqualified, but I have done the role as a timer. That's why I'm saying. Toastmaster Insia, for next time, please take care of the time. For the future, I'm saying, if you will give speeches, Toastmaster Maisha took 7 minutes 13 seconds. You are within the time. Great. Speech evaluator Toastmaster Aman 3 minutes 25 seconds within time. Toastmaster Shraddha took 2 minutes 7 seconds. Just and last for the table topics, everyone is qualified. Nobody is disqualified, guys. Toastmaster Rahul 2 minutes 25 seconds. Guest Shobha 1 minute 59 seconds. If it would be 2 minutes, you will get a red wine. Toastmaster Ritesh 1 minute 1 seconds. You did one thing well. Thank you. You did at the end. You know, 1 minute. Otherwise, by 1 second, you could be not able to qualify. But the way you just end by thank you 1 minute, you are lucky. Guest Ankit 1 minute 52 seconds. We also sister's name, Dominic? Fiona. Guess Fiona, 2 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Anuj, 2 minutes 30 seconds. So I am complete with my report. So I would like to hand over the stage to the general evaluator and Toastmaster Kiran.
It is time to invite my next team member, account.
My focus is, let's focus more on the guests, right? And you know why it is important to focus on filler words? Because your listener disconnect when you are saying more say. So they say, okay, these thinkings are like that. So before further ado, Guest Fiona, 3 Guest Shobha, you didn't use any filler words, but you were using a lot of So that is there. Guest Ankit, 4 times Guest Jagdish, 4 times and. And is not as a preposition, okay, or a conjunction. It is like you're filling up the space with ends. Yes, Yash is like 3 times and Yes, Sarthak 3 times and 3 times and. And yes, Toastmaster Raisel 2 times and 1 times And I think most of them are on track. So thank you so much.
Now, it is time to invite my next team member, grammarian of the day, Toastmaster of the day.
So today we have seen a kaleidoscope of wordplay that has been used by all the speakers. So moving on to my report, the word of the day, kaleidoscope, has been used by 4 persons. Toastmasters Shraddha, PM Aisha, Yesh Shobha, and PM Am. Now, improper grammatical use. Someone used keeping my cool instead of keeping my cool. To the bed, it should have been off the bed and in the huge crowd instead of the huge crowd, and thought instead of thought. And another pronunciation mistake was demon, which should have been demon. Moving on to the quotes, thoughts, words, and sayings. TM Sangeeta used a very good thought saying, shackle of our minds in our hands. Moving on to words, TM and Sia introduced us to new words such as gentrification, too big to care, flux, and overwhelmed by chaos. And growth matters most. And TM Deepak, he said the same, thoughts are like distractions that make you forget about the present. TM Maisha, capitalism is a machine of consumption. TM Ritesh used the word retrospection, and TM Anuj, the same, burning the midnight oil. So that's the end of my report.
So, please ready for a fun-filled question-answer session. Please welcome Toastmaster Deepak for the
So, based on the today's meeting, I'll be asking questions on what has been said by the prepared speeches, table topic, and evaluation sessions. So now I'll be asking questions to see that everyone was listening properly or not. So, Toastmaster Deepak asked, like, what does Toastmaster Aman enjoy prioritizing over?
Quality, less, but qualitative.
Yeah. So the next question is, like Toastmaster Insia asked, how the internet got worse on the purpose. So can you explain one more reasons? So the next question is, what are the choices that Toastmaster Maisha made us aware of?
I was raising hand for the last question.
Digital consumption. Yeah. Online. Next is like Toastmaster Deepak asked, podcast is required in which mode? Yeah, so last question is Toastmaster Aman asked movie and the line that he mentioned from the movie.
Good questions.
So I will take the movie. I will be breaking the first rule of the movie.
Your line.
And the character he mentioned. That's it.
So, my report and report from Sergeant at Arms to last speaker. So, I was the Sergeant at Arms. So, how I did, I don't know. Anyone can explain or but today's meeting started late. That should not be done next time. Presiding officer, we all know that she is a good speaker and she is a very humble and ocean of knowledge. And she did very well. She introduced each and every guest and member in a very excellent manner. That was wonderful. Kudos to her. And our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepak. No need, I don't have any means words to explain her what he explained her theme wonderfully, a million thoughts, no doubt about it. Everybody enjoyed and learned from his explanation. So kudos to him. And next, table topping master, Toastmaster Tushi. He is a new member, but he is bold enough to take this tough role and bigger role. So first of all, I want to he did a very good job. And one recommendation for him, because as he is a new member, I don't give that one recommendation, but gentle recommendation that topic should be small and easy to understand. But overall, you did a very good job. Well done. Next, we have two wonderful prepared speech speaker. So we have two evaluator, and both are wonderful. Toastmaster Aman and Toastmaster Shraddha. Toastmaster Aman, you provided clear feedback with positive tone and highlighted strong points. That was wonderful. And you gave evaluation in CRC method. That was also very good. We learned from your recommendation, not only your target speaker, but we all learned from your recommendation. And next, Toastmaster Shraddha, you are well aware of the project and you explained wonderfully what Toastmaster Maisha wanted to say in her speech. So that was kudos to you for that. And you are encouraging feedback genuinely delivered with warmth. And we all learned from your recommendation also. That was wonderful. Both of you, kudos to you. Next. Now, this is my team, my fourth team member, as you know, my sonorous accountant, first of all, Toastmaster Ritesh. You explained the role in a wonderful way, in an eloquent and clear way. That was wonderful. You made understandable report. One gentle recommendation, we can suggest how we can overcome our filler words by using a well-placed words. That we can suggest. Overall, you did a very good job. Kudos to you. Next, I'm speaking so fast because of time constraint. Toastmaster Dominic, grammarian of the day. You are the new member and you did a wonderful job. And you are bold enough to take this slightly bigger and difficult job. And you chose a wonderful word of the day. That was wonderful. Kudos to you. Yes. And you are you have an energy.
Thank you.
No doubt about it. We are learning from you. You are an eloquent speaker, no doubt about it. And today you showed that yes, speak like this.
So speak like a lion.
Timing cards were clear and visible, and role was explained very well. That was wonderful. And yes, This time report was prepared in a wonderful way. That was also good. And overall, precise and dependable performance by you. Thank you. And thank you for keeping us all on track. Next, listener. Listener, you brought wonderful questions, no doubt, but slightly sharp questions.
It is not that easy.
Not easy, but we can take some short, easy question, so everybody can participate and answer the question. But you did a very good job, no doubt. One gentle recommendation: when we come here, oh yes, definitely our heart is racing and we feel slightly nervous, like I am feeling right now. Though I am 6 months old in Postmaster, but I am not feeling that comfortable. My heart is racing right now. I'm feeling nervous. But when we come here, try to give some. When we conduct any quiz session, we try to give some smiling expression so everybody can understand and listen carefully and answer the question. Overall, you did a very good job. Kudos to you. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Yep. Thank you. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Shireen for her and her team as well. Well done. And we are at 138. I would just summarize my theme now before I hand over the stage to presiding officer. So in 1995, Garry Kasparov had a chess match. He's a very famous, he's a world champion chess player. He played a match with Deep Blue, a machine, an IBM machine, and he won the match. So the message here is a trained mind can be better than the fastest computer. And irrespective of the thoughts you are getting, if you train to focus on the right thought in the moment, in the present moment, then you can achieve anything in the world. Even the impossible will become impossible. So with this, I would now hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sangeeta. I can see there are multiple polls being launched. So if you can vote on the polls that are being posted in the official guest group, that will help to determine the winners and it will encourage the people who have been benefiting from their Toastmasters training as well. So let's give a big round of applause to our presiding officer and invite her on the stage.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you all have voted. Okay, we have got 2 votes for the speaker and the table topic speaker. You must have your voting lines for the role players as well. Have you voted for that as well? I'm still to get the results for the role player. Well, we have got the best speaker and best table topic speakers award. So who do you think is the best speaker?
Aisha, I hope so.
Any other guesses? Yes.
Raj disqualified in CR.
Toastmaster Aisha, please.
Thank you.
We have 2 best speakers for table topics today.
Yes, Shobha and Cricket, I don't know.
First best table topic speaker is our first speaker for table topics. That's Toastmaster Dr. Rahul. We'll be keeping it here.
Next time I'll collect it.
Sure. And another is guest Fiona.
Thank. 。
And now we will go to evaluator. Who do you think is the best evaluator today? Any other guesses? Yes. Toastmaster Shraddha. And now we have role play. Who do you think is the best auxiliary role player today?
Dominic.
Okay, we have tie with evaluator. So there is, I have to get one certificate as well. Yes. Toastmaster Aman as well is the best evaluator today.
Come back.
Roast tough one.
Best ox soldier.
Okay, who is the best role player?
Dominic.
Any other guesses?
Yuvraj.
Dominic. Toastmaster Dominic. All brothers and sisters.
Yes. They're confident. Celebration of them.
And any guesses?
Yes.
Next time I'll also win. You should have participated. Okay, who is the best role player for today is from
Toastmaster
Master
Deepak.
of the Day, Table Topics Master, and General Value.
Toastmaster Deepak. I hope so.
Any other guesses?
Toastmaster Deepak.
It's Toastmaster Deepak. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for enlightening us with so many stories, and I do love stories. And with that, let's adjourn the meeting. But there is something very fresh coming next week, so don't miss next week's meeting at any cost because something special is coming. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.